As I considered which certification I wanted to pursue, I knew it needed to be something that would genuinely benefit my classroom instruction. I already use several Google Workspace tools, such as Google Docs, Google Sheets, and Google Forms, but most of what I know is self-taught and informal. After reviewing the options available in this course, I decided that the Google Educator Level 1 certification would be the most valuable. However, I was unsure how difficult the course would be or whether I would learn anything new and useful. My hope was that whatever I gained from the training could be incorporated into my lessons and help improve my classroom workflow, as well as strengthen my digital skills for creating online materials that support student learning and understanding. Before starting the Google Educator certification course, I did not know what to expect. Since I had never received formal training in using Google tools, I assumed the course would be more challenging. As I worked through the modules, however, I discovered that many of the skills required were ones I already possessed. Even so, there were still several features and strategies that were completely new to me and that I needed to learn. Prior to taking the certification exam, Google recommended completing a review of the fundamentals of Google Workspace for Education. The training was organized into modules for each Google tool and demonstrated how these tools could be used in the classroom. I appreciated how each module was broken into concise, manageable segments, usually no more than 8 minutes long. This format allowed me to work at my own pace and progress through the content much more quickly. I was able to complete the modules both at home and at work at any time of the day or night. Because of this flexibility, I finished the course sooner than expected and was able to take the certification exam earlier than I had planned. The inclusion of practice questions that closely resembled those of the final exam was also extremely helpful and contributed greatly to my success. I expected the certification exam itself to be more difficult, but as I worked through it, I found that most of the questions were manageable. One of the advantages of the exam is that you can complete it at your own pace within a 5-day window. I was able to finish it in a single day, and I believe both the course material and my prior experience prepared me well. One of the most important tools I gained a deeper understanding of was Google Classroom. Although I already use it for assigning work, I discovered several features I had never used before. For example, I learned how to schedule assignments in advance rather than posting them one at a time. I also learned how to differentiate assignments by selecting which students receive specific tasks. This feature is especially valuable for assigning modified work to special education students or English language learners without drawing attention to their accommodations. In my experience, some students resent others for receiving shorter or easier assignments, so this level of privacy is extremely beneficial. I also learned how to use Google Calendar and Google Tasks more effectively together. While I regularly use Google Calendar for work, I had never considered creating a separate personal calendar and merging the two. Doing so has made it much easier to plan around both personal and professional responsibilities. Google Tasks, which integrates with Calendar, now helps me keep track of what I need to complete at home and at work. Setting reminders is needed. This has improved my workflow and given me peace of mind knowing I am staying on top of my responsibilities. Another helpful tool I explored was Google Keep, which also helps me save notes, images, web pages, and other important information in one convenient location. The best part about all of these Google Workspace tools is that they are accessible from any device with an internet connection. My phone, home computer, work computer, iPad, or any other device. Google Workspace truly streamlines both work and personal organization. Now that I have completed the course and earned my certification, I feel more prepared to use Google Workspace tools effectively, just as the certification course improved my own efficiency and independence. I believe these tools will help my students work more independently, more efficiently, and communicate more effectively with me. I have already begun incorporating several of the new tools into my planning, which has allowed me to create higher quality activities for students and save time. This has given me more freedom to focus on other aspects of my teaching and even improve my personal time management. Using these Google tools in the classroom is new not only for me, but also for many of my students. However, they are gradually learning, and as they become more familiar with these tools, I know it will strengthen their digital literacy and support them as they move on to college and their future careers.